Hello, Victor Wolf here again with another Stephen King book review. This time we're reviewing Cell. This bad boy was published on January 24th, 2006 and clocks in at a paltry 350 pages. This thing starts out with a bang. There's blood, guts, car crashes, plane crashes, explosions. A man biting the ear off a dog. Pure pandemonium. You're like, all right, Stephen King has finally redeemed himself after that atrocity called From a Buick 8. But then you read some more. Then you read some more. Then your eyes start to dry out. And then next thing you know, you're fast asleep straight into Snooze Town. This is King's version of a zombie apocalypse before cool shows like The Walking Dead and World War Z come out. But if you want to watch or read a cool zombie flick, then watch those instead of reading this. The zombies are phone crazies, as what they're called, spur from a pulse sent out from a cell phone that turns everybody into a zombie. This is a great idea. Phone zombies were bad in 2006 in reality, and I think they're even worse today. I would actually like to see how many of you out there could go without your cell phones for a whole month. I know I could. Internet, not so much. But anywho, Boston is burning. Utter chaos is underway. Clay Riddell, our hero, joins two others, Tom and a 15-year-old girl named Alice. The group heads north in search of Clay's family. You might anticipate that more action scenes are forthcoming, the beheading of a few zombies and such, but you would be wrong. Nothing but Snooze Town. They raid a house and find a bunch of guns. How convenient. I mean, two would have been believable, but not enough to film Martin Scorsese's The Departed. The group heads north. No zombies, just a pure snoozapalooza. They eventually meet up with an old man and a 12-year-old boy who is not his son, and we're not supposed to think anything's weird going on there, right? Anywho, their names are Professor Ardai and Jordan. Ardai actually spews some stuff about psychology, which I thought was cool. Here's what he said. At bottom, you see, we are not Homo sapiens at all. Our core is madness. The prime directive is murder. What Darwin was too polite to say, my friends, is that we came to rule the earth not because we were the smartest or even the meanest, but because we have always been the craziest, most murderous motherfuckers in the jungle. And that is what the Pulse exposed 5 days ago. How true, Professor Ardai, how true. So the group, they have this soccer field in the backyard where a flock of zombies meet every night to listen to music. I know that's weird, but whatever. So the group torches the flock, and of course it doesn't kill them all. A supposed leader of the flock emerges, one the group dubs the Raggedy Man. So the Raggedy Man and a bunch of his flunkies show up on Ardai's porch. Our hero group is behind the door with their guns poised, and you think some serious stuff is going to go down. But you would be wrong again. Stephen King disappoints yet again. What is up with you, Stephen King? Give us something. The zombies just back off and walk away. Though Ardai does kill himself with an ink pen, he jams it straight through his eye socket into his brain. Hey, Steve, thanks at least for that. The group heads north. No zombies, but there is a vigilante group they run into, in which one member smashes the side of Alice's skull with a rock, sending her in and out of consciousness. The Raggedy Man starts to communicate with her telepathically, which would have been a cool thing for the last 100 pages. But no, our dude, Stephen King, lets her die. The remaining group heads north. And what do you think happens? They find another group. This one consists of Dan, Ray, and Denise. They pool their experiences with the zombies for the final showdown. They think the Raggedy Man could read their minds, so Ray gets paranoid and shoots himself after he puts a bomb on the bus. The group heads north, but not before they start throwing their weapons out onto the ground. Seems like a pretty silly thing to do, but hey, what do I know? With only 50 miserable pages to go, the book loses me for good. As if tossing away the weapons wasn't stupid enough, they pull up to the Raggedy Man in the bus and give him a freaking ride. I mean, what is this, a comedy now? Is Steve Carell and Jerry Seinfeld going to show up? And while on board, the Raggedy Man just sits there quietly in his seat and no one tries to take him out. They actually drop him off beside a clan of his phonies. I mean, come on. The rest of the book is pointless. Jordan drives the bus into a flock. He gets out. The bus goes boom, killing a bunch of zombies and the Raggedy Man. I mean, who cares about spoilers? And no one's going to read this shit fest anyway. If anyone thinks this book is good, then I think you done lost your rabbit-ass mind. Either that or you've never read a good book before. And I'm not going to sit here and hate on Stephen King. He's written some of the best books I've ever read. But we'll get to those later. This could have definitely been pared down to novella length and coupled with From a Buick 8 to make one really bad, boring book. But this is slightly better than From a Buick 8 because it has a few good action scenes in it. So instead of a 5 out of 10, I'll give this a 5.5 out of 10. I still love the concept. It just wasn't executed well for entertainment purposes. I mean, what are zombie books for anyway? It ain't like they're going to win the Pulitzer Prize. And I do believe cell phones will zap people's brains one day. That'll happen. So until next time, my fellow cohorts, this is a wrap.